All right, we are Facebook Live again, special edition, because I got a treat for you today. My Hardgainer Solution book, bestseller on Amazon, now has its own website, hardgainersolution.com. That's hardgainersolution.com. If you go on there and type in a few extra words, you might find a few free gifts. hardgainersolution.com/free, and you might get some of these workouts. But forget about all that. I'm excited today. I got with me Trevor Timmins of the Montreal Canadiens in town to scout some games. If you've listened to my Smarter Sculpted Physique podcast, you've heard Trevor as a guest, travels a gazillion days a year, lives out of hotels and suitcases, but stays in shape 365. A lot to learn there about discipline and commitment. Doing the Hardgainer whole body workouts, and we're going to do it in real time for you. So hopefully we're gathering some audience quick because Trevor's all warmed up and ready to go. I got Supermodel, Fitness Supermodel Andy Sinclair, Fitness Supermodel Extraordinaire, going to help us with this too, set things up for Trevor. This is workout number 17 in the Hardgainer Solution that we picked out. We're here in the dungeon doing the Hardgainer workout that Trevor uses when he travels, and I'll yak all the way through it, but you're going to see a real Hardgainer workout from the Hardgainer Solution book done in real time, workout number 17. Cameraman, how are we doing for an audience? Are we picking up?
Picking up.
All right, so we're going to go real time, real workout, Hardgainer Solution, workout number 17. After this is over, check out hardgainersolution.com, one of my best sellers on Amazon. Trevor, come on in, introduce yourself. You ready to work out?
I'm all stretched and ready to go. I already stretched this morning and stretched here, warmed up, ready to fly.
And I Skyped, we're waiting for our audience to get on board since we're live. I Skyped with Trevor last week, folks. This is the kind of demand this person has. I asked him, I typed in and said, you're coming this way on Saturday. You got time to talk right now? He Skypes me back. No, I can't talk. I'm scouting a hockey game in Russia. So you were where?
That was a week ago. I was in St. Petersburg.
From St. Petersburg to Montreal to Victoria?
St. Petersburg, Ottawa, Montreal, Ottawa, Victoria, now here this morning.
And that's all in 1 week, folks. And he stays on his diet and he stays committed to staying lean 24/7. We've got 3 generations of Abel influence for you. Trevor's how old?
29.
With 20 years
49.
experience. 49 years old, about to hit the Hardgainer Solution. Next year we'll get him on the Physique After 50. Next book that comes after the Hardgainer Solution. Workout number 17, if you're following along in your book, 49-year-old Trevor Timmins, one of the most ripped men in professional National Hockey League. It was written in Hockey News. So you ready to get at her?
Ready to go.
All right, Andy, come on, let's give Trevor a hand. Okay, folks, we're going to go through the workout first. The first complex is seated shoulder press for 5 sets of 5. So that's your heavy work. Just wait a sec, Trevor. Then to cable crossover for station 2, 15 to 20 reps. And then dumbbell sumo squat for 15 to 20 reps. So we've got high load and high pumping, and we're going to then move into the next complex, one-arm dumbbell row for sets of 5, which will be our load, one-arm hammer curl for sets of 5, which will be our load, and then the third overhead rope extension for 15 to 20, which will be our pump, with any crunch variation for abs. So we've got priming the pump and we've got limit strength training. It's all in the book. Workout number 17. We're getting started right now. All right, T.
5 reps, seated dumbbell press.
Sets of 5. 1, 2, and 5. Excellent. They'll go up in weight next set, I'm sure. Andy, you want to put those back?
Sure. Yeah,
We'll get them at 60. All right. On the cable crossovers.
Real weight on there, Scott.
15 to 20. Notice how he goes right to the next station, but he doesn't rush. He's going to pump them out. Count them out, T.
10.
All right. 11s. 12.
14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19.
Awesome. 20. Now he's going to go into his dumbbell sumo squat, so shoulder, chest, legs. Notice how he's not in a rush. He's going to take his time. You don't want to build up too much of an oxygen debt. and 15 to 20 reps of the sumo squat. That's going to get you breathing. So here he goes, station number 3 of the first complex. 1s, 2s. Look at that full range of motion by using the yoga blocks. Awesome. Great. Good extension through the hips. Again, that's us.
10.
11s, 12s, 13s, 14s, 15s. He's going to go to 20, 17, 18, 19, 20s. Right.
Good work.
So we're going to do another set in the next complex. He's going to shake that off a bit. That's a triplex, beginning with load emphasis on shoulders, pump emphasis on chest by changing the plane of motion, and then switching to lower body execution for a pumping presence. Gets the blood going, gets the heart going. Comments at Trevor, brief before you get to the next round? Just leave you
Catching my
alone?
breath, ready to go.
All right, we'll leave. Andy, anything you want to add?
No, not really. Not
I'd
yet
like to
anyways,
say
but-
that these workouts are great. I mean, there's 80 workouts right now, probably more to come, eh, Scott?
Yep.
But it's a flexible program. I travel the world. I said a week ago I was in Russia. These workouts are flexible. You can adjust to the equipment that's available, whatever location you're at throughout the world.
And you're never missing a workout because it's whole body. So if you're a travel day like Trevor going from Russia to the other end of frickin' Canada, and you're in flights and transit and flights get canceled, it's whole body workout. So you're not missing anything. You pick up where you left off. So good point. Workout number 17, if you're following along, set number 2. Booyah! Let's hit it.
Just ready to go here?
Yes, 60s. You need a hand up? Just hang them and bang them, buddy.
I'm good. I'm used to being by myself.
And 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s. Beautiful. Awesome. Puts them down. Andy will get rid of those for you. He takes his time. Just look at the pacing. He's not rushing to that next sequence. And he's going to go. Pacing's very important.
Did we add weight to this?
No, just to the other one. You want more weight? Yeah. What one? 15 to 20. Yep.
That's the other thing. When you move from gym to gym, takes you a few sets to find the exact weight because every machine is different, whatever gym you're at.
So notice he took a long enough pause to talk to you. We're going to bang out another 15 to 20. Yeah, look at that form, folks. That's how you do a crossover, the Abel way. That's it, T. Squeeze it. Squeezing it. Squeezing it. Count them.
13.
14. 15. 5 to you, man. 6s. 7s. Flex that chest. 8s.
And I'm done. 15 to
18.
20, that's okay.
Yep, you don't want
You
to go
don't
to
have to
failure.
be exactly 20. Never to failure.
Never to failure on this program. He's going to take his time, segue into the dumbbell sumo squat. What a change in trajectory, producing what this whole book is based on, peripheral heart action, PHA, peripheral heart action training for that pronounced metabolic effect. Don't have to rush through the complex. You want pacing. You're going to have a little bit of labored breathing, but the goal isn't to be panting and exhausted. Workout 17 of the Hardgainer solution. Hit it, T.
Doesn't matter what sport you participate in, if any, or just training. I played hockey twice this week. My groins are a little tight. Can feel them when I do this exercise. They're going to be better for it.
There you go. That's the attitude. 1s. 2s. 3s. That's it, T. Full range. Full range. Awesome. Yep. Yeah, he's hitting it. We hit it. We don't quit it. There you go. Counting them out.
Nice. Pumping it.
12.
3s. 4s. 5s.
15.
16s, 17s, 18s, 9s, 20s. Right on. Set number 2. Going to take a little bit of a breather, maybe a sip, whatever. Come on over here for a sec, T. You get that drink of water. We'll set him up to 70 next. Real workout in real time, folks. Hardgainer solution. I just wanted to get a quick shot. 3 generations of able body influence. The old man here, going to be 56 soon. T-Man is going to be 50 next year. And the young lion, trying to keep us old lions wild. Andy, our supermodel, cover model. 3 generations of training the Abel way. Both have done the Hardgainer solution. Both rave about the Hardgainer solution. Remember, hardgainersolution.com. This is workout number 17. If you're following, you ready for the 3rd set?
Ready to attack.
All right, let's get it
Like
going.
a lion.
All right. Let's go up 1, T. You had it in you. You had it in you.
Yeah, you pumped
You
those
spot 'em,
last
buddy.
bit. Yep.
Sets of 5. So the first exercise is our 5s. This is our limit strength. Trevor's getting in a position. If you can't lift it yourself, you need a spotter, then it's too heavy. 1s. Explode. 2s.
Come on, 2 more.
3s. 2 to you, T. 2 to you. And 1. Finish.
Boom. Look at that.
Awesome.
Boom.
Notice nothing to failure. Notice that range and plane of motion. He's going to take his time. He's going to segue to station number 2. What kind of audience we got, cameraman?
Looking good.
All right, they're joining. Hopefully they're learning. All right, 15 to 20, T. And 1s. Count them out, Andy.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Come on, T.
6, 7, 8, 9,
Pump it out.
10.
Pump it out.
Keep her going. 11, 12. Look at that. Smooth. 13, 14. Squeeze, squeeze. 15,
Right on.
16. Look at that.
I think Andy's screwed you on a couple reps.
I think so. You started it. I did on that one too. I think if you do more work.
That's it.
But hey, listen, I'm not arguing. I just
Do your
do
job.
my job.
Patriot way. All right. 3rd station in the triplex. And when he's ready, he's going to shake off the upper body, get a good grip. Look at that range of motion by using the yoga blocks. Good. 3s. Yes, 4s. 5s. 6s. 7s. Good work, T. 8s. 9s. 10s. 11s. 12s. 3s. 4s. 15s. 6. All right, 15's good enough. He's going to rest.
My hands are getting tired.
15 to 20. So that's how you're learning, folks. Now, he's a high-level performer, so obviously he's going to push it a little bit, but it's a Hardgainer solution. So if you need to back off the weight, back off the pace, that's what you do. This was the 3rd set, so we still got 2 to go before we move to the 2nd complex. And again, this is workout number 17 in the Hardgainer solution. If you're following along, workout number 17 on page 149. So my bestseller on Amazon. We're now going to bring it to you as a course, and we're just showing you an actual workout in real time, live. How cool is that? Any comments before he goes back?
Yeah, I think training pace is a good thing to note here because I remember a few people back home at my old gym that were doing the program and they were doing it way too fast. Like
Trying to do it like a circuit.
Yeah, and I mean the emphasis should be on training load, not the speed of the workout. You shouldn't be rushing anything. You should be able to give everything a max effort. So
This is still about gaining muscle, right? So looking good at whether you're 55 plus, whether you're almost 50, or whether you're a young lion trying to tame an old lion, all right, you got to know pacing, sequencing. This is still about working the muscles. You feeling the muscles, T?
Oh yeah, it's pumped.
All right, 2 sets, buddy, 2 sets. We'll count them right for you this time. All right, T. There he goes.
1, 2, 3,
Hit it.
4.
Explode, T. Awesome.
5. Boom.
Boom. So in the first complex, that's your load variant because it's a set of 5. That's your limit strength. And then we're priming the pump with that as he moves into the cable crossover. When he's ready, he'll probably walk around it a few times. He's monitoring his air. He doesn't want to be too far out of breath. And then 15, notice the rep is a rep range, 15 to 20. So as long as he gets somewhere in 15 to 20, and that challenges him within the reps indicated, then that's his goal. He doesn't have to hit the high end. As long as he hits the low end, you don't want to train to failure on the Hardgainer solution. So let's see, when Trevor's ready, he's going to hit it up.
Feeling a bit of jet lag, this will clear my lungs.
There you go. As you
2
see,
hours
folks,
of plane.
some people make excuses, some people make progress. And ones. And twos. Notice he doesn't come very far past the crucifix position. Too many people go way too high on this. That's it, T. Squeeze them. Squeezing them out. That's it. Think pump, think pump. That's it. Get some speed into it, T. There you go. Counting them. Yeah.
12.
3 to you.
13.
14s. 15s. Awesome. All right, a little extra bonus. So he'll monitor his breathing because he doesn't want to be panting. A little oxygen debt is fine. He's building a good oxygen debt. And when you're going to go next to 15 to 20 reps of lower body work, you know you're only going to enhance that oxygen debt. Tremendous metabolic effects from this too. Don't underestimate the metabolic effects of working muscle groups. Not everything has to be jumping around in order to breathe heavy. You're overloading a muscle the way we're priming the pump in the Hardgainer solution. So he's got almost done almost done set number 4, complex number 1, triplex. Again, the Hardgainer solution, triplexes and biplexes is built on. So whenever you're ready, T, he's going to pump out another 15 to 20. There he goes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6s. Yes. 8s. 9. Yep. 11s.
Good work.
12. Look at that hip extension.
Yep.
14s. 15s. 16. 17. 18. 19. He's hitting it. There we go. Remember, we're going to shake off. We're going to do the last set of this complex. Complex number 1 is a triplex. Sometimes in the Hardgainer solution, it's a biplex. And remember, if you're interested, you don't know about the Hardgainer solution, my number 1 bestseller on Amazon, it's now its own website, hardgainersolution.com. And nudge, nudge, wink, wink, if you're following this, you go to hardgainersolution.com/free. You'll get at least a week's worth of workouts for free, plus the applications for instruction, the things that make it all work, talking about oxygen debt. Notice he's got too much of an oxygen debt, so he's not going to hit the next set right now. It's not circuit training. This is about building muscle. And no, we're not making time for questions in this one. This is about illustration, demonstration, motivation, inspiration, all the Asians that you can think about in the next 30 seconds. But if you're following and you're liking what you're seeing, give us some thumbs up across the screen and maybe some hearts. And how we doing, cameraman?
Right on.
We getting some likes?
All sorts of them.
All right, T, show them that even you're human. You need a little drink of water here and there. And then
The robot needs some gasoline for the engine.
don't forget, folks, less than a week ago, he's in St. Petersburg, Russia. And then he goes not just home to Montreal and Ottawa, but all the way across Canada to the other coast. All right, to Victoria, comes here the next day, scouts a hockey game tonight, goes home tomorrow, still age 49, looks ripped and ready. How do you like us now in the able-bodied family? All right, T, you ready for one more?
One more, here we go.
All right, final set of complex number 1. Again, sets of 5, not training to failure, but the 5 number tells you that this is the load-centric element of this complex, of the triplex. All right, T, hit him.
1,
Hup,
2,
boom,
3.
think explosion. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And that's how you do that.
Beauty.
All right, T-Man. He's going to monitor his air. He's going to not run into the next station. He's going to take his time. He's going to own it. And when he's ready, he's going to go. So you can see it's shoulders, chest, not chest, shoulders, because this is the Hardgainer. It always changes every single workout. Andy looks like he's got something to say, but we'll wait till the end of the complex. Whenever you're ready, T.
I just lowered the weight a little bit, or made it a little bit lighter. 15 reps last time. I want to try to pump it up to about 20 if I can this time.
Biofeedback is what he's talking about, folks. See that? He's not worshiping the weight. He's not here to train his ego. He's here to train his muscles and get maximum results. So what did he do? He lowered the weight because he's supposed to get 15 to 20, and he wants to feel challenged, but not to failure on those. Good point, Trevor. Hit it. All right, man, do your job. Make that hat proud. 2s, 3s, 4s. Finish, Andy.
Beauty, beauty. Look at that.
6s.
6, 7, 8, 9. Good job. 10, 11.
Squeezing them out.
12. Pumping it. 13, 14, 15. Look at that chest coming together. 16.
Good pump.
17. Yeah, you can see your
Can see it. Yeah.
squeezing his shirt. Yeah. 18. Come on. 19. One more. Good.
All right. Just a third of a station left when you're ready. Notice he's not in any hurry. This is how you do it. This is why it's called the Hardgainer solution. Peripheral hard action training. Make sure you memorize that term. It's all explained in the book, the Hardgainer solution. We're doing workout number 17, which is on page 149 of the Hardgainer solution. But you can go to hardgainersolution.com right now. Not thehardgainersolution.com, just hardgainersolution.com. If you type /free after that, you'll get a week's worth of these workouts, plus the applications, the application instruction for what ties it all together and how to do it right. But you really should be after the whole book. Trevor's ready to hang him and bang him.
Enough talking. Get to the work.
That's it. Do your job, buddy. 2s.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Finish strong, T. Finish
12.
strong.
Good work. 13, 14.
15. You got 5.
Come on.
6s.
16.
7s. 8s.
18. 9. Come on, one more. There you go.
20.
Boom. Look at
Boom.
that. Pumping it.
All right. Now he's going to rest. We're going to switch to complex number 2. If you're following along your Hardgainer solution, complex number 2 is a one-arm dumbbell row. Again, for the sets of 5, so that indicates load. And what are we doing? We're backing that up with another load emphasis because he's going to do one-arm hammer curl also for 5. So this is a heavy complex, biplex, that's coming up. So, T, what kind of weight do you want for the one-arm rows?
Oh,
Nine.
about 80 pounds to start.
All right.
5 reps.
There's your
We'll go
80.
from there.
I don't know if it...
I don't even know how much. I just go by the look of the dumbbell, whatever gym I'm at. Try it for feel, a couple warm-ups,
Yeah.
and then the main,
No,
then
that's-
adjust after you do your first.
Because don't forget, folks, last week he's in St. Petersburg, Russia. What does that mean? It means
Everything's in
all
kilograms.
everything's in kilograms, right? He comes back here, he comes to the Abel dungeon, everything's in pounds, right? So like he said, feel it out. It's about the reps, okay? Yes, you want the load. You choose a load that challenges you within the reps indicated, but nothing to failure. Hardgainer solution. Is there any comments coming in there, cameraman?
All sorts.
Okay.
All sorts.
All right. Is everybody enjoying the hanging and banging in real time? I thought we'd bring this to you, a real workout done by a real pro, someone who's been in the able body family since the 80s when Trevor was a client of mine training in bodybuilding.
Now you're making me feel old.
You are old. So it's the young lion here trying to tame us old lions. It can't be done.
Can never be tamed.
All right. You say when you're ready.
Don't
So you
bury
know,
anybody. Let's go.
you know when you're
Want me to do
going.
it this way?
Face the
You wanna
camera.
face the other way, though?
Sure. Yeah. Bring it over here. Face the camera. We'll get rid of these.
Now,
Andy,
the question I had for the listeners back home is, there's a lot of different variations of the one-arm row. Does it matter which, in your program, that they employ?
No, well, since this is for 5, you want whatever, good question. You want whatever gives you the optimum leverage. Whenever you see 5 in the Hardgainer solution protocol, you know that tells you right away that emphasis is on the load. When you see 12 to 15, 15 to 20, that tells you the emphasis is on priming the pump or the pump. So that's an excellent question because for the 5s, he wants to be about how much he can lift here. So I would say not using your knee on the bench so that you can get more leverage from the bottom. And I know you know how to do this. I've seen you do it a million times. Are you ready for
Ready to
complex
go.
number 2? Let's hit it. There you go. Look at that max stretch.
2, 3, 4, 5.
That's awesome, T.
Too late, but it's better too late for your first set than too heavy.
Yep, because you're changing direction, you're changing pump orientation. Good. Now, Trevor's giving you a good key there before he goes over to the hammer curl. An important thing. Notice, as soon as he felt it, what is he doing? He's not counting reps. Forget tempo nonsense. He's listening and gauging his biofeedback. What did he come up with halfway through? A little too light. But in this program, better to undertrain than overtrain. Better too light than too heavy. It's still challenging him. He's still got the oxygen debt, but he's got part B of the complex. He's going to go over now and do the hammer curls.
One alternating or one at a time?
No, one at a time, because you want to match.
You want me to hold 2 dumbbells?
No,
Or one
no,
dumbbell?
one at a time.
Okay.
So you want to go left because you
5?
started left? Yeah, 5s. That's it, 1s. Notice he gets a little bit of cheek, little bit of body, because those 5 reps tell you that it's about load. All right. Turn your side to the camera here.
Yeah.
So they can see, yeah, so they can get a shot of those pipes.
Boom.
Hold my
Pythons.
butt. There you go. 3s. There it is. 4. Yep. Next set, just put your other trailing hand on your hip, just for a little stability. So he'll decide when he's ready for the net. You want a heavier weight, right?
Yeah, a little bit heavier.
You want 100s or do you want 90s?
What was that, Scott?
80s.
80. Throw it to 90, next set.
All right.
And then I can go to 100 if I need be. I have one question. This workout, the second set of exercises here. There's
Complex 2.
The complex 2, there's 2 exercises.
Yep.
Say I'm in a gym and they've got seated calf or standing calf. I like to do calves once in a while.
Turn it into a triplex?
Can I add that?
Well, at your level, you can.
I actually did that too when I was doing it. So
Yeah.
throwing calves right at the end or whatever, just throw it in as a triplex. And
Yeah. Yeah, you make it into another triplex, make it a little more metabolic for sure, because you're still getting that peripheral heart action, and you're going to transfer more blood to the lower body. I don't recommend that for the hard people who are actual hard gainers buying the book and following the program. You're looking at 2 pretty elite, high work capacity people here, if you can't tell just by looking, right? So that's just being creative, right? That's just making a program more personalized. Pretty awesome stuff. Okay, on to set 2, and there's only 4 sets in complex 2. So he's going to hang them and bang them for 5, because it's, when we see 5s, we know it's load centric.
good work.
3. Nice stretch, nice contraction.
Look at that backward.
Boom. And when he's ready, you can even take a break between,
You want me to turn the other
between
way?
sides.
You can look from the back.
Sure.
See the range of the motion.
Yeah.
Get it from a different angle here. Next we'll pull out both dumbbells, one on each side. 1s. 2. Look at that stretch, folks. Nothing happens without the stretch.
This is definitely a move that gets
Butcher.
done. Yeah, oh, big time. People.
When he's ready, and then do this to your side to the camera when you're ready.
This way?
Yeah, but I mean you went left and right, so you gotta go left and right here.
Okay.
Just turn and face the camera.
Left first.
Yes, sir. Follow whatever direction your body part's doing. Other hand on your hip. Swing it and contract it. 1s, 2s, 3s. Yep, and then face the camera again. What do you think, folks? 49 years old, hanging and banging, travels 200 days a year, all over the world, maintains his fitness.
And his forearm working there too.
Oh yeah, he's pumped. He's pumped. And notice, we're not saying how much weight he's using. It's about feeling those heavy reps. Are you ready for an increment? Or
Sure.
you want to stay there?
Let's go one more.
Andy, grab him the 100s, and I'll put this one away. And put 1 on each side. We got time to entertain one question. Is there a question? Or is there a million questions?
There's a bunch. I'm trying to put it into context. Does it matter if you go fast or a slow twitch?
Well, you should be doing it the way you're seeing it, folks. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, if you're not breathing hard, you're not doing it right.
So there's 2 cadences, the pumping cadence and the explosive cadence. Sometimes they blend together, sometimes they don't. On this one, they blend together, especially because of the movement. So you want to make sure you have that down. It has nothing to do with slow twitch, fast twitch. It's just noise. All right? Get into actually demands of the body. notice he's still breathing heavy. So what started in complex 1 has continued to complex 2. He's halfway through complex 2. You got something to say?
No, I was
Okay.
just listening to you. Yeah.
All right, man.
Here's a
Hang
rock.
him and bang him. 5 to you, T-man. 2s. 3s.
Good work.
Awesome.
And that's the perfect weight.
Not even
Right
using
there.
power straps. Here, you want some straps, Kate?
No, I don't use straps.
All right.
So I got Popeye forearms.
Watch the pumping motion too. Like, notice how he doesn't pause anywhere in the movement. Like,
This is one of those exercises where we use the Abel term, hang 'em and bang 'em.
Yeah, look at
Boom. What an excellent stretch. Origin to insertion. Boom. When he's ready, he's got the oxygen debt. And if you're doing one-arm dumbbell rows and you're not getting an oxygen debt, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Have you ever done them and not?
No.
So,
no, that's
yeah.
a big muscle at work, and yeah, you should be.
cameraman, you're smiling. We must be getting some comments. Come
Well,
on.
Scott, what book were you holding?
Oh, we'll get there.
Yeah, we get another breather here.
This is from my Hardgainer Solution book. Hardgainer Solution. Now my #1 bestseller on Amazon, all right? And go to, now, it's been so popular, we made its own website, hardgainersolution.com. That's hardgainersolution.com, not the Hardgainer Solution. Hardgainersolution.com. And if you put in /free, you'll actually get a week's worth of workouts and some other things there as well if you're following this live feed. But Trevor's got to finish his complex.
Yeah, let's go.
Show the camera, T.
Oh, he's looking good.
1s, 2s, 3s, 4s. That's it. Squeezing them up. Boom. Other side. That's it. Hang them and bang them. 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s. Look at the pipes.
Yeah, oh, big time. Look at
Pipes, the
veins
pipes, the
popping.
pipes. He's got 1 complex left here, so we went complex 1, 5 sets, complex number 2, which reduces to a biplex, 4 sets, and then complex number 3, which we'll get to in a second, dials it down a notch to another biplex, and we'll complete, as you'll see, whole body, right? Chest, back, shoulders, arms, legs, everything's going to be touched. While you're resting, T, any thoughts for the folks that are watching?
Well, this isn't Hollywood. This is a real workout.
That's it. So, and don't forget, Smarter Sculpted Physique podcast. Listen to the episode about Trevor, how he stays in shape traveling around the globe, not traveling locally, traveling around the globe, 200 days a year, being in multiple time zones, living out of a suitcase, living out of hotels. Tell us you can't make it through the weekend because, you're traveling for 2 hours or you're commuting. All right? So it's all about, what you're willing to give is what you're probably going to get.
Yeah.
So that's important. But again, hardgainersolution.com. Hardgainersolution.com, and nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Type in /free. You'll get a week's worth of these workouts. You get the application instructions to employ them the right way. But you're witnessing, seeing it done at a high level with high-end physiques. 3 generations of able bodies here. The old guy, the almost old guy, and the young lion keeping us in line. Hammer it out, team. Last set. For 5s. Row it. Look at that stretch. Max contraction. Wonderful. Complex number 4. Set number 4. He's almost done.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Pointing that dumbbell, reaching forward to get max stretch. Boom.
Nice.
Notice he wasn't swinging his hips up using leverage. That's why we use the Abel phrase, row it, don't throw it. You can still explode on it and go do it with speed, but you're not using torque and momentum to finish it off. So face the camera, T, or just stand frontwards maybe and face them. Give him a front shot. There you go, right like this. Yep. Boom. Boom.
Look at his pipes.
Make me laugh. They're getting pumped up. That's it. So we did left side for the row, so you got to start left side for the curl. So keep those little things in mind if you're going to do this. Boom. Boom.
There we
Alright.
go.
So what you see here, we're going to go to the final complex. Now what you've seen is 3 load variants, 3 pump variants. Alright, so the sets of 5 were all about load, and then the sets of 15 to 20, 12 to 15 were all about pump. So the shoulder press, all about load because we did sets of 5. The cable crossover for chest on this particular day, all about pumping because we went for 15 to 20. The dumbbell sumo squat, all about the pumping because we went for 15 to 20. And then, boom, we changed it up in complex number 2, hitting load, which still produces and engages an oxygen debt because you're working against limit strength, max work capacity, which creates a lot of oxygen debt, as does the one-arm row itself. And then now we're heading into the final complex because the only thing left to hit is triceps, and Trevor's going to do triceps, and he's going to do any crunch variation. Again, if you're following along, it's workout number 17 in the Hardgainer Solution book, page 149. So it's page 149, workout 17, complex number 3, overhead rope for 15 to 20, and any crunch variation. And I know Trevor's partial to the TRX, so we're probably going to see some kind of TRX knee crunch or something of that variation. 4 sets, pumping, because we had half the body on load emphasis today, and you don't really want to push the load emphasis beyond that in this particular program. So, Trevor's going to get ready. We're going to get out of the way. You want to put these out of the way, Andy? And then when you're ready,
Let's set it up.
so he's going to adjust the weight to his liking. And he's going to adjust the TRX. We got to set up the camera shot too. That about where you want it?
Yeah, that's about right.
You sure? That's pretty high intensity, low.
Well, I'm doing knee crunch.
Yeah, no, I know. That's,
Higher or lower?
I'll get it. You do your rope
I'll
crunches.
do that side angle view here, so you see the tricep working?
Sure. Side
2, 3, 4, 5,
Watch the camera.
6, 7,
That's it. Notice the peak contraction when he comes out. That's not a pause.
10,
That's not tempo training. He's
11.
flexing those muscles in there.
13, 14,
Boom.
15.
That's it. That's good, T. Nothing to failure. And now he's going to segue right into the knee tuck. You need help getting in?
Oh, no.
No, you're used to it?
All the time.
All right. So any crunch variation, of course, is Trevor Timmins, so he's going to have to dial up a high degree of difficulty move. He's going to do TRX knee crunch. Boom. Now you can do a stability ball crunch or just a floor crunch, folks, but Trevor's dialing it up. He's showing it off because he knows he's got only one more year till he's too old to do it. There he goes. That's it, 15 to 20. Now I'm going to tell you something in a second when he's done here. What you probably don't notice at home, folks, and it's just another testament to personalizing a program, Trevor's going from overhead rope 15 to 20 reps into the TRX knee crunch, but what's the supporting element in the TRX knee crunch that you just saw? Triceps. He's locked out in a stable position, so he's getting tricep, 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 and more tricep. Except now they're locked out into a static flex, right? So he's getting double the impact on those. He's got the oxygen debt. Most of the time in the Hardgainer, you're going to dial down that final complex. Not always, but most of the time. Don't forget, there's 80 workouts. That's right, 80 workouts. So that's why Trevor says it's such a good program, because when he's traveling around the world, he knows he's got a different support element each day based upon the previous workout. 80 workouts going 4 or 5 days a week lasts you an awful long time. So don't forget, it's now a website, hardgainersolution.com, hardgainersolution.com/free. If you're following this and you want to get in on some free stuff from the Hardgainer while it lasts. What are you thinking, T? You ready for the next round? I don't think so, not yet. Got
It never gets dull, never gets boring. You're excited to get to the gym and open the Hardgainer book and see what program's up next. That's the excitement.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way, and you've done the program.
Yeah, I did it for almost a year straight, so, and I found it to be probably one of the most engaging programs I ever did, just because, you know, it was always something different. You know, you weren't sitting around, you're on your feet the whole time.
One day you're hitting the load for a body part, the next day you're hitting pumping for the body part.
Yeah.
So, you ready for set number 2?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Finish them off, T.
14, 15.
That's it.
16, 17.
Awesome.
Yeah, and triceps are definitely one muscle group you actually want to lock the muscle out, because that engages peak contraction. Very
Extension,
important.
full extension.
Yeah.
But now he's going to have to shake them and bake them because he's going to need his triceps to get him through these.
Double whammy here, yeah.
Because I said any crunch variation, he's using the TRX crunch, which is a high degree of difficulty, folks. And with a low angle, it's even harder. So he's targeting the low abs, but he's got to get all that support from the tris. Look at them bubble up in the triceps. They're looking like they're ready to pop. Right, very, very thick. Excellent. And the workout just calls for any crunch variation. So you could just do a floor crunch, a stability ball crunch. Trevor just wanted to dial it up, and that's okay too. So that's all fine. He's getting near the end. Just 2 more sets left. Workout number 17 in the Hardgainer solution. We got 2 sets left, and we've been at it, what? How long have we been at this? What's it say?
Was it, or
Barely half an hour. So again, this workout isn't about marathon sessions. It's not about bragging about how long you're in the gym. You got to hit it. You got to get in. You got to get out. You got to give it what you can, but monitor that breathing. You want a little bit of heavy breathing. You don't want panting. It's not circuit training. It's peripheral heart action training. There's a big difference, and notice how we shunted and shared the load variant, the sets of 5, with the pumping cadence, the sets of 15 to 20. That's what makes this program a bestseller, is that it primes the pump and it keeps you doing what we call surfing the curve, surfing the strength curve, which produces hypertrophy. This is still about physique sculpting after all, this program. Yes, the added benefit, it's metabolic, so it's fat burning in and of itself. Yeah. So there's no need to be walking on a treadmill or jumping on a elliptical after. Yeah, you don't fake this. Yeah. This is the real deal. 2 more sets, T. You ready?
Okay, let's go. Rock and roll.
Do your job. You're going to wear the hat. You better prove it.
We're not just talking the talk here. We're walking the walk.
It's a dungeon, man. It's a dungeon.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at those horseshoes. 8, 9.
Squeezing them out,
10,
T. Squeezing them out.
11, 12, 13. Good job. 14.
That's it. Nothing to fill here.
15. Work.
It's getting a little tough. We'll dial it down 1 for the next set.
Maybe dial it down 2.
Okay. The ab crunch is...
Turn to the side, though. Look at the pump he's got going. Sorry, I got to laugh. For 40 years, I've enjoyed watching the visual effects of no matter who it is, whether it's Andy, whether it's Trevor, whether it used to be me 20 years ago, but just watching that effect of when you can actually have a visual effect of how productive a workout is, like watching Trevor's like 2 inches bigger, don't they? I mean, he's going to finish
Look
this
at the
off.
veins in his arms look like hose.
That's it, T. TRX knee tucks, crunches, knee crunches. That's it. Triceps are supporting the whole thing.
Question, for this exercise, what if I lowered the TRX a little bit and went down and braced myself with my elbows?
From the plank?
Yeah, from a plank position, that takes the load off the triceps a little
Takes
bit?
the load off the
Does
triceps.
it work as well?
No. When you're in max plank, you're gonna whatever you engage from max plank is gonna be harder. So for instance, you're not warmed up, but can you do a contralateral knee to elbow and then a contralateral straight leg? So good question. I'm just going to illustrate. So for instance, a contralateral knee to elbow touch, right?
Yeah.
You can't do that from a normal plank. All you can do is bring the knee into the shoulder. Now if we want to engage a wider range of motion, then he does a straight leg, right?
Yeah.
Instead of knee to elbow touch, it's now hand to toe touch. And you can't do that unless you're engaged from the plank lockout, which is push-up lockout, basically.
So my question is then, are you working the abs at a greater range of motion and giving more workload, doing it the way with your elbows locked as opposed to the plank?
Yeah, the tricep lockout. Yeah, instead of the standard plank. The standard plank is a dialed-down version of a plank. And then we go 4 points, then we go 3 points, 2 points, things like that. So last set, folks, we're almost done.
Last one.
Hardgainersolution.com. Workout number 17 on page 149 if you're following along. Watch Trevor pump it out. The last set of the workout.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
That's it, T-man.
16.
That's it. No failure. Good.
Good work, man.
What a blast. What a blast. All right, T. Let's finish. Once we finish, folks, we'll have a sit down and we'll answer your questions in about 2 minutes. Finish them off, T. That's it. TRX knee crunch. Mostly people think of crunches, they think of doing them from their back. So Trevor's just switching this off. And again, the tricep demands after just doing overhead rope must be insane.
And breathe out, you bring your knees, you tuck your knees.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a good point actually, because a lot of people don't get into a good rhythm with breathing when they're training. They tend to hold their breath. And
Hardgainer solution.
Thank you.
Workout number 17, Hardgainer solution, page 149 that was. Now a website, hardgainersolution.com. Hit the share, tell your friends. If you type in hardgainersolution.com/free, you're going to get a week's worth of workouts, the application instructions for how to do them right. But you've seen a high level performance, high work capacity performance in what, 35 minutes?
Yeah.
Didn't we start around 2 o'clock or so? I don't know the exact time, but under an hour, because for hard gainers, that's important too. And also gauging what? Intra-workout recovery, recovery within the workout, and inter-workout recovery, recovery between workouts. So again, Trevor's a perfect example. Why? 49 years old. Secondly, globe-trotting job, right? A week ago, he's in freaking St. Petersburg, Russia. Goes back, goes to Ottawa, goes to Montreal, flies to the opposite coast of Canada, another time zone, all right? Goes to Victoria, flies here today. Tonight he goes and scouts a game here. You fly out tomorrow morning.
Bright and early, 6 a.m.
Back east.
No, well, just to Regina.
So yeah, so Regina and then where?
Then back to Ottawa.
Aren't you going
Another
somewhere
6 a.m.
from
flight.
Regina? You're going
Moose
somewhere.
Jaw, I have to drive to Moose Jaw for another game.
So
A
not-
game every night.
So not just fly, gets to Regina, gets in a car, rented car, drives to Moose Jaw, then he flies home, still sticks to his healthy diet regimen and his workout. 49 years old, folks. So we got 2 old lions, 1 young lion, 3 generations of Abel bodies, the Abel way being demonstrated for you. If your team looks like this, and all 3 generations, more power to you, folks. But it always makes me grin when people come online and question that I don't know what I'm talking about. So, geez, you guys are just accidents. So, again, hardgainersolution.com, hardgainersolution.com/free, and we're ready to take some questions. You should take advantage of Trevor while you can. But before you get to a question, for our people around the world, because I know you're signing in from all over the world, let me explain to you who Trevor is and what he does, okay? So if you're coming in from Australia, having Trevor here would be like having someone from the All Blacks, okay? It would be something along those lines. If you're coming from the States, it would be like having someone coming in from the New York Yankees or the New England Patriots, okay? If you're coming from England or Europe, it would be like having someone coming from Manchester United in soccer. The Montreal Canadiens are the most storied franchise in Canada's cultural pastime of hockey. So it's a big, big deal what he does, okay? $1 million contracts are at the say-so of this man, okay? So his job is extremely stressful. As you can tell, it's extremely demanding because he's a globetrotter, lives out of a hotel and suitcase, and maintains this kind of fitness. Just tighten your arms up while you're doing it. It's just insane. I just get a kick out of it. And 49 years old. So you're only as young as you feel. He feels pretty young. All right. So let's get to some Q&A. If you have any questions, you can ask us. I'm sure there was comments coming in, cameraman. Was there some thumbs up and some hearts?
Oh, lots of really positive things, Scott. Lots.
Let's grab a tea. Have a seat.
Okay, one question I have to Coach Abel here is, I do a pre-workout routine where it's my warm-up. It involves active stretching. What do you recommend before you do your workout?
Well, if they go to the hardgainersolution.com/free, one of the things they'll get is our actual warm-up video where I talk about people our age. What becomes very, very important is preventative stuff and what we call prehab stuff,
Yes.
which is protecting the joint. All right, so we do a lot of easing into things with arm swings, leg swings, reach lunges, and unloading the knees and hips with the TRX or with tubing. There's an actual able body sequence that they can get for free by focusing in on that. So that's very good. And you bring up another point. So, and I've talked about this till I'm blue in the face, folks. You don't warm up a weight workout by going to the gym and sitting on a bike or walking on a treadmill. That only warms you up if you're going to ride a bike or walk on a treadmill. Okay? It has to be specific to what you're doing. And then the old Vern Gambetta phrase is, you never stretch to warm up, you warm up to stretch. So that's another thing, Trevor, being around professional athletes all the time, and you've been around all of them, right? Because of what you have to do for a living. You're not just limited to hockey, you get exposed to being around all kinds of people, so you see the various ways that subtle changes take place in how specific athletes warm up for specific types of activity. So in weights, it's very important to treat the predominant joints. So you go shoulder, hip, knee, and then little things like ankle, elbow, wrist. So we have an actual warm-up sequence. If you go to hardgainersolution.com/free, that's also part of it. Question? Comments?
What would you recommend to someone who only has power blocks 5 to 90 and an adjustable bench? Can you adjust HGS accordingly?
Absolutely, but it depends how strong you are. If the 90s don't challenge, if you got 5 to 90 pound power blocks, that's great. But if you're stronger than the 90s, when it calls for 5 reps, then what are you going to do? Because you have to be challenged within the reps indicated, right? So that's why I had the extra ones, and we brought Trevor over the 100-pound dumbbells. So you could eventually build on a gym, on a home gym. That's important too. Adding things, if you have a dual access functional trainer like we've been doing with Andy in all our exercise videos, that comes in mega handy as well. But an adjustable bench and a power blocks that go from 5 to 90, that's a good starting kit to be sure. And then you would just, then it would depend on your knowledge of exercises and how to make various substitutions. Because don't forget, your body weight is also a load. So in a lot of these Hardgainer solution workouts, a lot of stuff is body weight for high reps, Bulgarian split lunges, lunges. You guys have done all of that stuff.
Yeah,
So.
definitely.
Well, yeah, the one thing, the 5x5 for the reps, the heavy reps, a lot of times isn't that maybe once a week per body part? So if you have to do that and you don't have the amount of weight for your working weight, you can always go to a gym or a friend's house at one time a week.
Yeah.
You see, and what Trevor said is just another indicator of Trevor's commitment to it, because a lot of the times, folks, when you're listening to experienced people talk, they're dropping truth bombs without you even recognizing it. So one of the things, Trevor's been all over the world, and you must know the way to a gym in every city around the world, right?
Yeah, but the one thing, like if I'm stuck training at a hotel gym and they don't have heavy weight, I don't do one of those workouts. There's 80 workouts.
Yeah,
you don't have to do
the
one that
Yep.
calls for a heavy workload.
Yeah, and that's why the The workouts can go 1 through 80, or you can jump around
Yeah,
through them,
mix
but
and
they're
match.
very versatile because every time you do it, you're going to do whole body. So that's very important as well. So that's a really, really good point.
Scott, how much should oxygen debt subside before moving on to the next set?
Well, it depends on what the program is. If you're doing the Hardgainer solution, once you engage the first complex, there should be some kind of labored breathing. So you want to work within what we call incomplete recovery, but you don't want to work against incomplete recovery to the point where you have to always drop your weights. You know, you're not recovering between sets. Then you're just trying to get through the workout too quickly,
you're rushing
right?
it, yeah.
This is about, you know, I always say forget about using the clock. You never saw Trevor use the clock once
No.
to gauge when he was ready for his next set, right? And this is what I'm talking about with all the nonsense online about tempos and rest times and all the rest of it. Every single time I stopped, you saw Trevor gauging his biofeedback and saying, oh, I need to change the weight, I need to rest a little longer. That's listening to your body. So the gauge there is, can I do the next set with equal or greater intensity? And until that answer is yes, you rest. Even if it's the next station. We saw in station 1, Trevor pausing from the cable crossovers to the dumbbell sumo squats because he knew the dumbbell sumo squats was going to be for 15 to 20 reps. You got to be ready. Can I get through 15 to 20 reps? It's not something that Trevor or Andy or I even have to think about anymore. It's a natural instinct. We just know, oh, I got to get 15 to 20 reps with that load. I'm ready, I'm not ready. So don't kid yourself with tempos and trying to use the clock. The clock doesn't tell you when you're recovered and when you're ready to re-engage. That's what you get from years and years of training and listening to your biofeedback.
In that workout, I was probably a little bit overworked.
Over anxious?
No, recovery wasn't as quick because I know I'm jet lagged. I've gone through 4 different time zones.
Right.
Russia was 11 hours difference just 6 days ago. So, and I haven't had much sleep. So my body I know is tired, but that's
you're
why
still
my oxygen jet. I'm listening to it. I slowed it down. My oxygen debt was probably a little bit more than I would have liked, but I know that, and I know why it was like that.
And see, and there's a difference there, folks. He's not making excuses. Oh, well, I was in Russia, and then I was here and that. He was not making excuses. He was giving you an explanation that, oh, my oxygen debt is probably greater and came on faster than it normally would because my body doesn't know what friggin' time it is. All right? So that kind of thing, right, becomes very important because you're looking at people have been doing this stuff for decades, right? Andy's been with me 13 years. First trained Trevor for a bodybuilding show. What year was that? 86, 85?
20 years old, so that's a long time ago.
Yeah. So that's it, folks. But you got 3 generations of able body influence here. If that doesn't speak to know-how and expertise, I don't know what does. So this was workout 17 from the Hardgainer Solution, now a website, hardgainersolution.com. That's hardgainersolution.com, and if you type in /free after it, you'll get a bunch of the workouts from the book. You'll even get application instructions, and as Trevor mentioned, you'll even get a warm-up sequence to help you prepare for the actual workout. So anything else there, cameraman?
No.
Final comments, buddy?
Yeah, getting back to busy schedules, I mean, I get a lot of emails, people saying, I had a busy week at work, so I couldn't make it to the gym, I couldn't stick to diet, and I don't think there's too many people busy with work, busier than with work than Trevor. So if he can do it, what's your excuse? So
Yeah, and it's not just
when you want to do something, you do it.
it's not just tonight he goes to a game and watches and scouts a game, folks. I've seen what goes into that. Before the game, he'll get on his computer and input data from yesterday's game. After the game, he's got to go and he's got to do the same thing. He gets to Regina tomorrow, gets off a plane, gets a rental car, drives to Moose Jaw. How far is that? How many hours?
An hour away from Regina.
An hour away, scouts another game, and then he's got to put that stuff into his computer. Not to mention, he's the head of scouting, so he's got to connect with all his other scouts and find out what's going on. Tell him a little bit about that, T.
Yeah, well, we have scouts all throughout the world.
Look in the camera.
We have ones in each country over in Europe, one in Russia, one in Finland, one in Sweden, one in the Czech Republic. Then we have about 10 spread out through North America. We communicate you know, probably daily, if not daily, every second day. Scouts input game reports on players and make decisions on players, and that I read that. I have to read that every day, and so it's a busy schedule. You know, managing, you know, anywhere for 16 personnel on a staff. Meanwhile, doing my own work and moving around throughout the country and making decisions.
And what that speaks to, folks, is the fitness lifestyle isn't an added stress; it's stress release. Tell
Exactly.
them,
Yeah.
Tell them, T.
I do a lot of my thinking in the gym.
Without trying to think.
Without trying to think, things just come to me. Ideas, decisions. When I'm in the gym, I'm in the zone, concentrating on my body, but my mind's free of everything else. It's a stress release for me,
That's a great point.
and that's where most of my positive thinking comes from.
There's an old Zen saying that I repeat in a lot of my projects that speak to what Trevor just outlined for people who are committed and focused, and that's to have that one thing in your life where you go and you lose yourself and you find yourself at the very same time, and the one place you can go in life where everything becomes nothing, and for that moment that nothing becomes everything. And that is the Zen of total fitness and health. That's why traveling 200 days a year all over the world, Trevor's workout and diet regimen isn't full of excuses on why he can't do it, because it's a stress release for him as part of a healthy lifestyle, and why he does do it at age 49. And our young lion here on how he can stick to a lifestyle that keeps him in cover, shoot, ready fitness all the time. So on that note, final words from both of you guys, and we'll sign off.
Just one question I have, Scott, to continue this, is that when I'm finished my workout, okay, we're done the Hardgainer workout 17, what do I do after that?
Have a hot shower. There's
Nice.
nothing to do after that. I mean, someone with your benefits, when you're around, you can get a massage and stuff from all your connections. But yeah, most people do I have to stretch? Do I have to do this? If you've done the guts, the rest is bonus. The one thing you don't have to do in all this is get on a stair climber or a bike or a treadmill. You've got the cardiovascular benefit. Remember, all exercise is cardiovascular, not all exercise is aerobic. All right, final thoughts?
Yeah, just getting back to actually applying the program. I mean, it doesn't just have to be for Hardgainers. I mean, advanced athletes. Well, yeah, exactly, right? So, maybe people have been training hard on 5-6 day programs. Standard bodybuilding training. It can be good for more advanced athletes who need a complete different approach to training. Like,
Sure. Yeah. There's always
under training, right?
Yeah,
So I mean, I know it worked for me. I did it for 9 months because I was coming off a lot of really intense stuff. So I mean that bridged the gap perfectly. It allowed my body to just recover and
Get on.
and benefit me. Yeah.
So 3 generations, folks, of able bodies. Actual proof is in the pudding. You got Trevor at 49, me pushing an age I can't even count high enough, and you got the young lion here at age 35, all hanging and banging, doing it, following the lifestyle. So this was Workout 17 from the Hardgainer Solution, which is now website, hardgainersolution.com. And if you go, you've seen this, hardgainersolution.com/free. You'll get some of the workouts and some application instructions that make it work. Trust me, it'll make you want to buy the rest of the book that has diets in it and everything else and how to gauge all that. I want to thank Trevor for making the time to come here before he goes to his game tonight and his scouting meetings and everything like that, and to actually hang him and bang him in front of you guys live. Pretty big deal to me because my time with Trevor is very precious. He's my oldest and dearest friend, so I want to thank him for taking the time out of our time together because I don't see him that often during the year, and it was to benefit all you guys. So we hope you benefited. Show us some likes and some hearts. Feel free to share this, and we'll see you next time.